Today, November 30, 2023, Cathie Wood is buying up SoFi stock. Big names are buying this fintech stock. Despite some promising news, shares of SoFi Technologies stock trended lower in today's afternoon session. Cathie Wood bought another $1.5 million worth of SoFi stock, bringing her holdings to more than 1.7 million shares. SoFi's decision to exit its crypto business completely may have something to do with this transaction. Cathie Wood has recently been among the busier active managers, shifting her portfolio around. Her moves are worth following for growth investors, as she's picked some of the most prescient megatrends in the past. SoFi Technologies has been a stock Wood has bought and sold, but her recent decision to buy $1.5 million worth of SoFi stock is generating a lot of buzz today. Unfortunately, the broader tech sector is deep in the red today, and SoFi stock is no different, dropping more than 2.5% in early afternoon trading. Thus, it's hard to gauge how the market is reacting to this move as an independent catalyst. However, it's worth noting that Cathie Wood's purchase decision coincided with SoFi's decision to exit the crypto game altogether by the end of the year. Wood's various actively managed exchange-traded funds have been accumulating shares of SoFi stock for some time, with recent estimates being that her funds now hold more than 1.7 million shares of the fintech company. Let's dive into what investors may want to make of this news today. SoFi stock is down, despite news of yet another Cathie Wood purchase. What's interesting about Wood's recent decision to add to her position in SoFi is how this move coincides with other transactions of late. Notably, ARK Invest sold another big chunk of Coinbase stock in a move that appears to choreograph a strategy of shifting away from having too much exposure to crypto and blockchain-related companies. To what extent SoFi's move away from crypto influenced Wood's purchase decision is unclear. But this move, alongside her Coinbase sale, does add to the narrative that perhaps many institutional investors aren't yet ready to load up on digital assets and related companies. Another aspect of this transaction I think is worth reflecting on is the sustained nature of Wood's purchases. With SoFi stock appearing to consolidate around the $7.08 per share level, perhaps Cathie Wood views this stock as a longer-term hold. If so, value investors, and those in this stock for the long term may take solace in these moves. 5 investors betting big on SoFi stock. A total of 487 13F filers have disclosed a stake in SoFi stock. 13F filers decreased their exposure in SoFi by 1.78% during the third quarter. Vanguard is the largest shareholder of the company with ownership of 76.40 million shares. Other significant SoFi stockholders include BlackRock and 2 Sigma. It's been an exceptional year for SoFi, as shares of the company are up by about 60% so far. This comes in light of an all-time high in revenue, the resumption of student loan payments, and rising deposits. Yesterday, the all-in-one personal finance platform announced that it would cease its cryptocurrency services beginning on December 19. Existing customers will be given the option to transfer their account to blockchain.com, while access to the creation of new cryptocurrency accounts on the platform has already been ceased. A SoFi spokesperson stated that the decision was made due to Federal Reserve regulatory concerns. In addition, SoFi's bank charter, which it received last year, was conditionally received on the terms that it would receive the needed approvals for its cryptocurrency services or end it completely. The Fed stated that SoFi's cryptocurrency subsidiary, SoFi Digital Assets, was engaged in certain crypto-related activities that the Federal Reserve has not found to be permissible for a bank holding company. Another factor was the Fed's Novel Activities Supervision Program, which launched in August. The program increased scrutiny of cryptocurrency activities provided by banking organizations. 5 investors betting big on SoFi stock. Tracking institutional ownership is important, as these large investors provide liquidity and support for stocks. During the third quarter, 487 13F filers disclosed a stake in SoFi stock, a decline of 13 filers from the prior quarter. 7 of those filers own SoFi in their top 10 positions. In total, the filers own 345.49 million shares, down by 1.78% from 351.77 million shares when compared to the second quarter. Overall, aggregate institutional ownership of the company doesn't appear to have significantly changed. Hedge funds, which are included in 13F statistics, leaned more bearish. Total shares owned by hedge funds totaled 74.47 million shares, down by 9.33%. Generally, hedge funds carry a lower holding period than your average 13F filer. With that in mind, let's take a look at SoFi's 5 largest shareholders as of the third quarter. 1. Vanguard, 76.40 million shares. Vanguard acquired 2.56 million shares during third quarter. 2. BlackRock, 40.77 million shares. BlackRock acquired 2.64 million shares during third quarter. 3. Silver Lake Group, 31.15 million shares. Silver Lake's stake remained unchanged during third quarter. 4. 2 Sigma, 15.16 million shares. 2 Sigma acquired 5.58 million shares during third quarter. 5. State Street, 14.97 million shares. State Street acquired 1.28 million shares during third quarter.